Hi guys, it's Megan from Skinny Fidelicious. Happy Monday. So today I want to talk about meal prepping breakfast on the go. But first, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Megan. I am the author of the popular website Skinny Fidelicious, where you find skinny gluten-free recipes that are weight loss friendly. I'm also a nutrition practitioner, and I specialize in coaching people to help them lose weight, eating real food, learning how to create new habits that are sustainable so they can keep weight off for life. And we start by doing that with how we eat and what we eat. So today I'm going to show you a really simple recipe that I've been making for years. It's on my website called Paleo Cauliflower Egg Muffins. So the reason that this is one of my favorite recipes is because before I became a nutritionist and before I started my blog Skinny Fidelicious, I was an IT consultant. I was traveling every week, and sometimes I was local in town, and I had to get very creative with breakfast solutions. I knew that I wanted eggs for good protein in the morning. I knew that I needed vegetables to get some fiber in me in the morning, but I couldn't quite figure out how to do that when I was so busy trying to get on the road and beat rush hour traffic to get to the office. So I finally got smart and I started using my muffin tin to help me prep mini egg muffins over the weekend that I could take with me on the go throughout the week. So today I'm going to show you one of my favorite ones, which is cauliflower egg muffins. So super simple to make. So let's see how it's done. So first of all, you're going to get a regular muffin tin. This regular muffin tin is just your basic standard muffin tin. I know for some of my egg muffins on my website, people have said, are you using a mini one? Well, a mini one would be super, super tiny for egg muffins. So no, you want to use a regular muffin tin. The next thing is I just sprayed it lightly with some non-stick baking spray. And then what I did was I added just a coating of riced cauliflower to the bottom. So I'm not sure if you can see this, but the bottom of the cavity, I just layered it with some cauliflower rice. So what is cauliflower rice? I get this question a lot. Cauliflower rice is super, super popular right now because it's a great low carb option for people. It acts like flour in recipes. So in this recipe, this will actually help plump up the eggs and give it some substance as if you had put flour in it. So you're basically getting that same texture and consistency without all the extra carbs and the extra sugar that comes along with eating flour. So where do you get cauliflower rice? That's always a question that I get from my clients. So cauliflower rice, you get it right at the grocery store, and every grocery store I've seen these days has it. So you just have to keep your eyes open and look for it. It's usually in the produce section. It's usually in where the pre-prepared, pre-cut items are. That's usually where you're going to find it. I've seen it at Walmart. I've seen it at Target, at Fry's, Safeway. You name it, I've seen it. So this one I actually got at Sprouts Farmers Market, which is one of my favorite places to shop at. You can also get it not only in the produce section, but generally in the frozen food section. I'm now seeing cauliflower rice and broccoli rice. So you can get those. And if you can't find it, it's so super simple to make your own. You just buy a head of cauliflower, toss it in a blender, pulse it around a couple times until it becomes a rice-like consistency, and you have cauliflower rice. So super simple. Okay, so first step of the recipe is putting the cauliflower rice in. The second step is preparing the eggs. So for the recipe, and I will drop the link for the recipe in the comments below, but for this recipe I'm using 10 egg whites. And so I have 10 egg whites in here with 2 tablespoons of milk, as well as a ½ teaspoon of garlic powder and some pepper and salt. And then I have about a 1/4 cup of freshly chopped up spinach. So I just have that kind of whisking together. Just a note on the eggs as I'm whisking this together. I know a lot of people comment on my website all the time. They're like, I don't want to do egg whites. I want to do eggs because you're wasting the eggs. Okay, so guys, super simple solution. There's always a solution in cooking, and we just need to really put on our smart hats sometimes. So if you are somebody who wants to eat a full egg or can eat a full egg, that is perfectly fine. It's always a 2-to-1 ratio. So here I have 10 egg whites. If you want to use whole eggs for the recipe, you use 5, 2-to-1, 10-to-5. So anytime you see a recipe of egg whites and you're like, well, I'd rather do whole eggs, generally speaking, you can substitute whole eggs. It's just you got to do the math and divide it by 2. So no issue there. The only reason that I do it is because I have problems with my cholesterol. My entire family has high cholesterol. My entire family has had heart surgery, is on high cholesterol medication, and I am trying my best to avoid the things that are in my family history, and I don't want to have to go through those. So I really, really watch my cholesterol intake very closely and trying not to eat whole eggs a lot. I still incorporate them in my diet because they are very healthy and good for you, but I try to really eat them in moderation. So again, you do what's best for you. Okay, so we have everything in here. Now, the other thing I'm gonna add to this is some riced red bell pepper. So what I did was I took half of a red bell pepper, chopped it up, and then I threw it in a blender, and I just pulsed it a couple times to get some bell pepper that's kind of riced. I want about 1/4 cup for this recipe, so I'm not gonna use everything that I have. I'll throw this in some eggs maybe tomorrow morning. So I'm not gonna need all of it. Throw that in here. Just whisk it up. And then from here, all I'm gonna do is just pour it right into each one of the muffin tins. Now, you're gonna get about 6 egg muffins with this. So you could do 2 a day easily because these are super low calorie. There's only like 1 carb per muffin. And you wanna make sure that you fill these to right about the height of the cavity. So I'm gonna have just a little bit left over because I used a little bit more cauliflower rice, but that's okay. So give or take. And there you go. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bake this in the oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 to 22 minutes. You wanna just make sure that the outside is slightly browned and that the center is firm. When you bring it out of the oven, what I like to do is I have mini spatula, and I take the mini spatula around the muffin cavity. That helps kind of gently help the muffin kind of get out of the cavity versus trying to like drag it out with like a fork or something. So that plastic spatula, just taking it around the edges, it'll pop right out. Throw it on a wire baking rack and let it cool completely before putting it in the refrigerator. And then you've got healthy breakfast that you can warm up and take with you on the go all week long. So again, you can do so many things with this recipe. It's totally versatile. So if you don't like red bell pepper, you can add some other type of vegetable and substitute it in. Such a great recipe to take with you, and I'll drop the link for the recipe itself on the blog in the comments below. Let me know if you have any comments or questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. Bye, guys.